putting the blood in line. It's that Samoan slam, slam, slam. Zero set the stage, money talk that talk. Leslie break it down, faith ready to rock. From high chief dreams to the Usa walk. Every name they drop got that tribal stock. Call for Roman, hear the crowd all rise. Jimmy J with that twin locked eyes. Solo with the stare like a storm in the sky. When they speak on the bloodline, you know it's do or die. Hey, putting the blood in line. We keep the stories alive from the...
Yes, little intro there.
Jam it.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, welcome to Putting the Blood in Line. We have come back with a different look this time. It's me, Zero. And as you can see, I'm joined by the ladies from ATD. But I'll pass you along to say so they can introduce themselves, basically. And then we'll answer about the empty boxes as well in here in a minute. But yeah, we'll go along. So there you go. Over to you, Monty, I guess.
Hi, everybody. I am Monty. I am the Tribal Chiefess of ATD. I am a writer. I am a mom. I am a Virgo. That is all.
Good intro there, yep.
So I guess it's my turn. Hello, most of you. If you don't know me, my name is Leslie. I'm the resident wise woman / historian for Acknowledge the Dynasty podcast. Boy mom, let's see. Oh gosh, I love to read. You know what? Work hard, play hard, whatever. Nonetheless, here we are. Avid Bloodline fan, of course. So we going to hear it and we're going to do the thing. So there we go.
Yeah. So we, as you can see, it is slightly different from last time because obviously the old shows were with Ed. But we've had a bit of a juggle round now, but we're back. There is an empty box in the corner. Russell Faith was meant to be joining us, but she's unfortunately had to work, so she isn't here tonight. But for the shows going forward, she should hopefully be with us every week as well. I'll say that one there. So slight change to the thing, how we used to do this, because I know some people are quite used to it. I will just say anyway as well before we do continue is if anyone does want to join in with the show, please don't hesitate to join in with the comments and we will get to them as many as we can do, really. So we'll start off. Two main things obviously we need to talk about this week because it's two of the big talking points. First of all, that bloody mystery crate and stuff. What do we think it is? Who do we think's in there? Do we think it's anything connected to Bloodline or anything like that, really? What do you ladies think? Because I've already said this today and I'm just going to I don't know. Basically, what do you think?
Okay. So I'm out of the box with this. I've sat there and I've thought, look, that's a pun. Look at that. I've sat there and I've thought about it over and over again. And I've said, okay, well, it's definitely, it's got to be somebody who's returning. It's got to be talented. It's got to be somebody that's talented in there. It could be Paige, returning Paige, Buddy Murphy. I don't know who, it could be freaking Shockmaster. I don't know. These things are all brand new to me. My first theory went to Paige. And now I'm over here and I'm thinking about it. It's February. It's also the 1 year anniversary of I Want Your Soul.
Yeah.
So it could possibly be The Rock. If it's not The Rock, then I say it's Triple H's termination papers. That's it. Hashtag fired on Monday. That's all I can say.
What do you think, Leslie?
Okay, so first and foremost, with this gimmick stuff with WWE, it frazzles me and it makes me mad because it's like you get so invested in it that it's going to be this huge reveal of what is in this crate, right? And it's like, I'm excited, just like the freaking new era. Okay, come on, right? But nonetheless, you get so excited and so pumped up about what or who is in this box. I don't really have a guess. I do agree if it's a person, it could be possibly a returning superstar, or it could be like, I know it sounds funny and I don't know how like big or how small the object would be. Maybe it's something to give us a hint to something that's already going on in a current storyline or a future storyline. I don't know, but I'm like, okay, but we'll find out Saturday, right? So whether it is a returning Paige or just some kind of clue to lead us on down the path,
Yeah.
I'm sure. I just want it to be interesting. Just make it make sense and make it interesting.
Yeah. Well, I've seen a couple of theories basically to go along with it. And like I've got my own sort of thoughts on it, and I'm also going to steal somebody's idea from earlier as well, which they gave me. So one of the very first ideas I think it's going to be is I think we're going to be like really disappointed, and it's going to be something like Triple H basically just jumping out of the box announcing a new era. And that, you know, because he likes to announce those new eras, so that's what I think it's probably going to be. Is, you know, he's literally just going to show up and just basically just announce a new era like he does. You know, it's that one there. The second thing that I thought, well, there's stuff going around online as well with like betting odds and stuff like that. That it's that Danhausen from AEW because his contract's up. So Danhausen from there. The last one, and this was actually a sensible idea from my co-host of Uncut for once. He actually came up with a pretty sensible idea, and I didn't shout at him for it for once. So this is Bobby's idea, and I'm going to steal it, but a hint towards Jericho. Whereas, like, if it's not physically Chris Jericho in there, but they open up the crate and it's either his jacket or it's the list, basically, and that, you know, so then so that sort of then hints, and then they can then tease him in then for WrestleMania. That could be something there, then see, or like for an upcoming show. So they open it up and it's just either Jericho's jacket or it's just a list to then get people talking and stuff. You know, that's my thoughts on it really, and that yeah.
No, and I was just thinking, just to build off what you said, like you could do that if they're going to do that, have it like. And my phrase that came to mind was like a scavenger hunt. Have them somehow produce a clue every week. I don't know what they would do with that, but that would be a thought, like you said, like if it was his jacket or if it was the list or if it was something, you know, no matter who's in there, that would be a way to do it. Is just present clues every show.
I just had a sorry, y'all.
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, carry on. No, you were saying, yeah.
I just had a thought. And it was just a little teeny tiny one because we're talking about Jericho and everything else. Right. What if Seth is in that damn box?
Yeah, that he shipped himself back and he comes back and does it that way, basically. And that, could do that way. And that.
Because let's think about it.
Yeah.
This box is the most dramatic thing we've seen all past 2 weeks. What if it's, I mean, this is something that Seth would do. What if Seth is in that damn box?
Yeah, did you? Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. I would not put it past him at all. To whether it's going to be Seth or whatever, you know. I mean, it's a very big possibility that it could obviously be him. It could be anyone. I know, obviously, like there's a lot of people online and that saying, "Oh yeah, you know, it's going to be such and such. It's going to be this. It's going to be that." And it's like, well, I don't know. I think it's like whatever it is. I think we're going to get disappointed from it. Really, like we're building it up and building it up and building it up, and I just can't see. This is WWE, don't forget, and this is Triple H, and you know he deserves to get fired every Monday, and he's going to let us down, whatever, really, with it personally. So that's my thoughts on it. I mean, I'm hoping it's something good, considering they've done all this bloody hype for it, but I can't see it being good at all, really, for it. Like, I don't know, and that, like, any other thoughts on that crate before we move on? Really?
I'm just going to say one last time. Let's just find. I just want to know what it is. I just want to know what it is. That is all.
Yeah.
Final thought.
Yeah, that's
if that crate has Vince McMahon in that shit, I'm turning my Netflix off.
I mean, imagine if it is. He jumps out and he goes, "Such good shit, pal."
I'm done. Like, no.
Whatever it is, isn't it? It could be that. It could just be good. Such good shit, pal. Right, we'll go to the comments quickly before we move on. I can see Faith's actually in the comments. So hello, Faith. She said hello. And then she said, it's Buddy Murphy, 20 Hornswoggles, a new championship, or the final boss. Or Seth has a flair for the dramatics, and Seth has a flair for the dramatics. It could be Seth, yeah, could be. That's the thing. So, and that's the thing there. So that's I don't think it's going to be anything sort of like anything other than like something disappointing really for it. But yeah, anyway, so moving on. So one of the other talking points that I need to talk about, because he's my absolute favorite in the business at the moment, is El Grande Americano. Now, the poor guy, the proper El Grande Americano is going through some identity theft at the moment. Somebody's basically stealing his identity and claiming to be the OG Grande Americano when all he is basically just an identity thief, and he deserves to be fired basically and released from his contract for identity theft. But I won't get into that. But yeah, I've seen some interesting theories around it because obviously everyone's like, oh yeah, it's definitely Chad Gable and stuff like that. And I mean, everyone knows it's bloody Chad Gable, but I'm messing around about it a little bit. Now, somebody brought up an interesting theory, and they said to me, they go, we've never seen Joseph Parks from TNA and El Grande Americano in the same place. No. Obviously, Joseph Parks is Abyss, for anyone obviously who doesn't know that. So, I don't know, like, what you ladies think on that one. It could be Joseph Parks. He likes to dress up in a mask and pretend that he's somebody else and forget that he's that person. I mean, it could be that. It could be anyone, really. I still think it's Vince McMahon. And now that he's bulked up and that he's going to reveal himself at WrestleMania and be like, it was me all along and stuff. But, it could be anyone, really, behind the El Grande mask. And I don't think the reveal of El Grande is going to be as simple as what we think. I think it's going to be a twist along the way for it. That's just my thoughts on it. Like, anything that you ladies want to bring up on El Grande? Because, like, it's... Yeah, I don't really know, like, sort of like, really now, whether there's sort of anything more to bring up on El Grande.
One person that it could be, and this is just what I firmly believe, and honestly, if it turns out to be him, again, I believe him. Tonga Loa.
Could be, yeah. Could be Tonga Loa. Could be Tonga Loa. It could be. Oh, I hope it is Tonga Loa. I mean, that could be his way into the championship picture, couldn't it? Basically,
Exactly. This is Leslie. You don't understand. This is how we get to this dream match between him and Nikki Bella. Okay.
Yeah.
For the Divas Championship.
Yeah.
It's Tonga Loa.
That is the dream match. That literally is the dream match that we all need. Everybody needs that match, and I don't know why people keep denying it. Everyone keeps saying no, we definitely don't need that match, but we do. We need that match. It's going to be the biggest. It's going to be the biggest match at WrestleMania. And I don't know why people are like denying that match. Really,
again, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, no." Leslie, we keep trying to tell you this. Okay, that man is going to win Money in the Bank and cash in on himself. Okay, that is Tonga Loa. That is my princess. That is my Shayla.
Yeah,
he will do it.
Yeah, he'll cash in on himself to stop anybody else, man.
Exactly.
Stop anyone else from basically doing that. Yeah, he'll cash in on himself, which is common sense, really. I would do that myself if I could do. I'll do that myself, And that. So, yeah. And that. I mean, that makes the most obvious sense. Yeah, for it. But yeah, so that's that. Anything else that we want to bring up on El Grande before we move on? Oh, hang on. Face to Man said, could it be Eric Rowan? Has not seen him for a while, or am I the only one? Could be. It's a bit like that. It could be that one, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think we'll move on then from that one there. So going into the Bloodline stuff now then, I will go back to what the old show did a minute. So hold on then. So because we are now going into the Bloodline, let me just find the right one. It is this one here. So quick video play, and then we'll be back.
And now it's time for the main event of putting the blood in line.
Yes, it is. It's now time for the main event, which is obviously talking about Bloodline-related stuff. So here we go. I don't know who that announcer is. It's just basically something that I put together. So there we go. That's that one there. If anyone wants to ask, because I did actually get asked before. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. So Bloodline-related stuff. First of all, then let's talk about. Oh, actually, I'm going to get killed, I think, for this one now. Right. So let's talk about this man then. First of all, and as you can see, I've given him a bit of a haircut. That's Jey Uso with a haircut there. Yeah, there we go.
Faith, I'm sorry, baby.
Look
at what he did to you, man.
I had to look really good. I was like, oh, is that?
I mean, he looked good with a shaved head, but
Why would you do Jey like that? Why would you do? Yeah, that's Jey. So there's been some stuff going around where they were saying that the match on Monday was meant to be Bronson Reed winning it. It wasn't, because Bronson was meant to be took out by the masked guy, and then Jey was always down to win it. Jey was always going to be in the chamber and stuff. And like, I brought this one up earlier on, like, I said, do we think that midway through the chamber match that Jay's obviously going to run it back and like do his entrance and stuff again? I don't know what you ladies think. Do you think he's going to end up doing that like he normally does? Not just sort of like throw up the throw up the rewind and sort of bring it back that way. What do we think on that one?
Like for me, I think when Roman kind of to an extent slapped some sense into him during that time, I feel like maybe, you know what, I don't think he will, because I think this is a more serious Jay. I think he's gonna, I'm hoping he'll be more focused. I'm ready for him to be focused. Now we'll see though, but he is all about fun. He does like to have fun, but I think if we could get the serious focus Jay, then he's a force to deal with. He's always been a force to deal with because it's Jay Uso, and we love him here. But when he's serious, when he's on point, when he's in the zone, he's just as good as anyone else on that roster or in the family. So it's like, how bad does I'm gonna just play. I'm gonna play like Roman for a second, talking to him. How bad do you want it? If you stick to business, stick to the plan, we're going to get it. But we can't have and I love it. I love to run it back, but I also want to see championship gold on him again. So I'm my message to him as a fan, Jameson, keep it together. Let's get serious and let's win. So
here is my thing. I can see him running it back, and I can see that's how he gets caught up and gets pinned. I need Jay again, and I'm with Leslie. Focus.
Okay.
Roman slapped the shit out of you because he wanted you to get with the damn program. You wanted to run shit back at the Rumble. You finna get them both. Y'all finna get us both. That was you finna get us both eliminated. That's what that was.
Yeah.
Focus.
Yeah.
If he does run it back, it's gonna cue his elimination.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
definitely 100%. Yeah, but no, he's not winning it. We all know who's winning that chamber match. We all know that obviously the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes is going to be winning the chamber match. That's locked in, because obviously they want him to go to WrestleMania to face Drew McIntyre. Whilst we're on that subject, there is some interesting talks today that they're saying that Jacob has had high praise backstage. Now, the match originally wasn't meant to be anything other than Cody versus Drew, but they are talking about putting Jacob into the title picture for WrestleMania potentially. The only thing is, though, is I don't know whether I'd like that, because it would mean putting him in the match with obviously Cody and Drew, and we all know that Cody's taking that title. He's not going to put anyone else over. And that, so is it going to be wise putting Jacob into that match with them, do you think, or not? Would it be good to see Jacob in the title picture, or is it just going to be sort of like, pointless, really?
I always felt that match was going to be a triple threat, or at least a fatal 4-way, because Drew attacked Randy too. I always felt that it was going to be a multi-man match, and it simply because we've seen this before, y'all. How many times do we want to see this again? Like, Cody winning Elimination Chamber is obvious. To me, creatively, if this were to be the opportunity where they finally pulled the trigger, because we all know what's going to happen in Chicago if he wins. If they were to finally pull the trigger and to do it, it would be the perfect place to do it as a triple threat. He's come in, he wins the chamber. Jacob has now been added to the match. This is supposed to be his moment. He's pissed off. And then finally, you do it night one of WrestleMania. You have him win with the help of Dwayne Johnson. And then, we all know he sold his soul and he's a heel now. That is the perfect place to do it. And it would be the perfect time and opportunity to turn Drew face. That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, that is a pretty good idea for that one. Yeah, I don't think though that Dwayne's going to be involved with Cody at WrestleMania personally, and that Dwayne, if anything, is going to be involved with Roman at the end of it. At the end of his match with Punk. Like, Actually, no. I'll see what Leslie says first of all, and then obviously then we'll get into that one because that was going to be part of tonight's bit what I was going to bring up. So, what do you think about the whole thing then about like Jay and stuff like that, Chamber and stuff like that, really, and obviously Cody winning it definitely and stuff like that, really, and Jacob and everything, really.
Okay, like y'all saying, we know Cody's going to win it, but I hope, we've shared with people a long time about how talented Jacob was, and now you all, are finally getting to see it. I wish they'd let him loose a little bit more, like he was in the Indies and MLW. I mean, they're letting him slowly, but I'm like, just let let the Samoan werewolf do his thing. That's only he can do it. And now, having said that, if Jacob, if he does lose, I don't know how. I don't want him to take the pin though, but I want him to have a good showing. I don't know how they would do that unless it would be somehow that Cody, but he would have to win the title, and it wouldn't. Isn't that how we're? Okay, I'm confused. Okay, but my point being, I would want them to have Jacob have a good showing. We all know again Cody's going to win the match, so I would just want him to have a good showing, and do his thing and all that. To set him and somehow get the story around whomever wins, whomever is champion, whomever wins or whatever, to give him a chance to go, give him a storyline to go, for that title. Yeah. But so yes, in my opinion, Jacob deserves a title run. He's hanging there and he's did his thing. So let's get him in the main event scene.
And to be honest with you, if Jacob does win it, if it is a triple threat and Jacob does win it, there we go.
Yeah, that will upset Cody as well, and that could also turn Cody heel. To be fair, if Jacob wins it over himself, basically. I can see going to the comments. Facing the comments, Shitamana said, "At this point, just march Cody out to the ring at Mania and give him the title. This back and forth is getting upsetting," which is true. It is.
Thank you.
And that, but it's that's that one there. But that's that. Right, so moving on then from a bald-headed Jey Uso, then we'll go to the Usos completely together anyway. This is the next point. Obviously, there's Jimmy and Jada together. So tag team championships then on that basically. How long do you ladies think that they are going to hold them for now? I know we discussed a little bit about this on Monday on your show, but how long do you think they're going to hold them for? Do you think they're going to drop them before Mania or anything like that, or do you think they're going into Mania as champs, or what? And if so, who do you think they're going to drop them to as well?
I think they're going to hold them until SummerSlam.
Think so?
I think they're going to hold them to SummerSlam. Originally, I had Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed taking the title off of them, but they both out. But I say they're going to hold them until SummerSlam. If they drop them, they drop them to the New Day. Yeah.
This is what I think. Is I think we're going to have the New Day basically doing it, and they're going to do that back and forth, aren't they? Really.
Mm-hmm.
And that they're going to do the back and forth between the New Day and the Usos, because it's like, that's what they want to do, and that for it. But, it's like. It's going to get annoying. It's going to get repetitive, but this is WWE booking. Well, it's Triple H booking, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that's sort of how they're going with it. So let's just hold on. Facing the comments, Jamel said, "My boys, the fact that you just asked this question, Zero, I'm going to cover my ears. The Usos need more time with the titles because Jimmy has been gone, and they really have not had a great run on that basically." For that one,
all the good tag teams, all the good tag teams were on SmackDown. Move God and the Motor City Machine Guns to Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Put Tez and Doc.
Yeah, I know that originally they had plans to move the MFTs to Raw so that they could feud with the Usos and that, but I don't know whether they're still planning on that, because that was a little while ago, and obviously things have been changing like week by week, basically. And that, as we all know, with Triple H's booking, that's changing week by week. So that was one of the plans, is that they were meant to be doing MFTs versus the Usos at a future event, but obviously that's sort of changed now by the looks of it. And it seems to be what they want to do is, because they want Bloodline on like every. Basically, the plan is in the company is they want the Bloodline on roughly every show that they can do, and as much on the shows as physically possible. And obviously, if they then move the MFTs to Raw, they ain't gonna have anything on SmackDown. So that's obviously why they kept them split up. So we know it's going to be back and forth with the Usos. So we know it's going to be back and forth between the Usos and the New Day, because that's where they're building it from. Looking at it at the moment, but I'm hoping they go into Mania with the titles, and at least into Mania. And that, like what you said, Monty, it could be till SummerSlam, could be later or whatever, but I'm hoping they get at least into WrestleMania with those tag team titles, because if they drop them beforehand, it's a waste in my eyes. For it, you know, I agree with Faith. They've not had a very great run so far, not for it, but there is nobody else. It's literally just the New Day, really, who I can see taking off them. Because the Vision are basically dead. There's nobody there unless you have Logan Paul and Austin Theory take those titles. But that's going to be horrible.
Nobody's really going to want to see. I mean, they should have just kept Logan. They should just kept Austin Theory with Grayson Waller. Nobody's really going to see that.
Yeah. No, not yet. But yeah, there is nobody else, because they're not even planning a draft or anything. There's no draft plan. So these ones here now, which are on there, is going to be literally as it is. Now, these rosters are in place at the moment. They might do the odd like swap between rosters and stuff like that, but that's it. There's going to be nothing else sort of done that way. So yeah, and that I see Faith turning around and saying, "Isn't Xavier injured?" Yeah, but they can freebird it, so they'll use Waller in place. So it'll be Kofi and that basically on there, on that for it. That to so it'll be Kofi and Waller instead for it. And that so that's the Usos then. That's the talking point there. Next thing then, so this match at WrestleMania, I think the one which we're all looking forward to, Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, or the Zebros as they like to be called. I'm gonna let you two talk about this one, because I think there might be a few talking points on this. Is there anything we want to see from this match? Is there sort of anything that you're excited for about this match? Is there sort of anything you're hoping from the promos or anything like that between them leading into WrestleMania, or what really? No, that's sort of this. Yeah, that's a good talk point now then. That's now. Whoever wants to start off.
This man said on Monday he was going to wait for Roman to come back to work so he could punch him in the face.
Yep.
Roman finna bully him. I just dawned on me today as I was talking to Leslie on the phone. Roman, that's an easy avenue for Roman to walk in and make fun of him. Oh Lord. Yeah. As for this match, the only thing that I can request, again, I've said it over and over again. This ass whooping is earned.
Yep.
Like I'm walking into this match and I already know what's gonna happen. This is 10 plus years of frustration and of anger. And to be honest with you, this is the perfect moment, and I don't want him to say it now. I want him to wait until to the go home show of Raw to tell everybody I said that he could come back just to whoop his ass.
Yeah.
This is earned.
Yeah, makes sense.
Everything about this ass whooping is earned. I love you, Uncle Philip. You're like 4,186 years old.
Yep.
But you gotta take your ass whooping. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Yeah. Leslie.
So number one, like I want to see. I'm really excited for this match. Let me just say, I'm excited for this match. Anything Roman does, and that's not just me being like that's my dude. Like I'm a big fan, but I love to watch him work. And when I say that, I'm talking about those promos. We're gonna have a whole month's worth for promos, and it's gonna get y'all. This is gonna get personal. I mean, we started out personal. We're just going to dig deeper into personal. You got to remember this when he was talking about when Colt Cabana's podcast that Punk went on, and you know, if you listen to the episode, they were talking about, it was the episode where they were talking about how they were telling Punk, you know, heard it over and over from everybody. Make sure you make Roman look strong.
Yeah.
And he didn't need it. Like, he didn't need anyone to make him look strong. But those words got out on the internet, and, you know, instantly people had something to say. And they've had something to say since. But for me, that's probably the biggest thing I'm looking forward to, because I will give CM Punk his flowers. The man can cut a promo. So just to see them two cut these promos for this next month, I'm almost as excited for them as I am the match. But it's going to get personal. I got news. I got news for CM Punk. Whatever you do, you can talk about the man's career, talk about himself, but keep the wife and kids out of it, because you're not going to get Roman in those instances. You're going to get Joe.
Keep the family's names out. Don't talk about Jay. Don't talk about Jimmy. Don't talk about nobody in this family, because the second you do, I can't. But again, talk about him, because again, this man won the Rumble. He had one mission in mind, and that is to whoop your ass. Talk about him. So that way we can watch it. And by the way, I do want to say this at the very end, Roman, when you have beaten the brakes off of this man and he's in the corner, you know, holding his pride and his dignity, and he stands up, can you please just, you know, when he stands up and he does this and he just bows his head and offers his hand out, just zebro him one last time.
Zebro.
Yeah. Zebro him. Yeah. Yeah, you got to, And I mean, go on. Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, sure, I mean, it's going to be, obviously, as they say, one of the biggest matches on WrestleMania. And I hate to say it, but there's a lot of people still online being very delusional, thinking that Finn Balor's winning on Saturday. And that I'm going to make this abundantly clear, they're not going to have Finn Balor win on Saturday, and that to ruin this WrestleMania match. You know, there's no chance that they're going to do that whatsoever. And that no matter how much people want it, he's not winning at all. Because I know that's what people are hoping for. They're, you know, as you can imagine, it's the Bloodline haters who are saying that. They basically, they don't want to see the match. They hate the idea of this match, and that they don't want it. Basically,
well, they know the result as much as every Bloodline stan knows what's going to happen in this match.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's going to happen, and that it's blatantly going to happen. That they're not going to ruin the WrestleMania main event just because, just to put that title on them. And also as well, you got to remember as well, one main thing, it's Roman Reigns. They are not going to annoy Roman by putting him up against Finn Balor when they've done all this promo about with it. Basically, they're not going to do it. It's not going to happen, no matter whether people want it or not. That's the thing. And I know it's going to upset a lot of people for that one, but yeah.
And let me just say this: it's not that anyone like for me, I agree with you 1,000,000%, and it's not that I'm a big Finn Balor fan, specifically Demon Finn Balor, but it's like you said, they're not going to mess it up. But then why would they do it anyways? Because there's no story there. You have your central story has been established here. It's been established, like Monty said, for the last 10 years. Where's your story? Now, do I want to see Roman and Finn meet someday again? Give me Demon Finn, give me Tribal Chief Roman, and I'm here for it. But now it's not the time for that. And you got your match right there.
This is where I've said this on a lot. I said this on live when the match between Finn Balor and CM Punk was made, and I hate to say this again, and let me just repeat it. Guys, is good. Okay, we are good. The sauce is good. You don't need to add no spices to it. It's got enough cayenne pepper. It's got enough seasoning to it. All you need to do is just stir it so it doesn't stick at the bottom. On April 19th, we will be eating good. We don't need nothing else. This is one of these things as a wrestling fan. Back in the day, there was always a match that the champion had before the big money match at Mania.
Yeah.
This is that match.
Yeah.
Finn Balor has a story already in place. It is with the Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
That is some mess. Leave this to these two alone. I've waited 10 plus years for this. Y'all have taken one thing from me already. Y'all ain't taking this from me or the other thing that's going to happen next year. I need this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That is all.
Yeah. Okay. Right, going on to the comments then. So Faithful Toman said, since Roman won the Rumble, there's been a disgusting increase of hate for this family and all Samoans in general. It makes me sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've noticed that since Roman's won the Rumble, nobody's been very nice, let's just say, about it. And I've seen a lot of hateful comments like thrown towards the bloodline and everything like that. Basically, it's not great. Basically, what's been thrown towards them. I've got somebody else in the comments, John Watson 0984 as to man said, Punk hasn't wrestled in WWE in Chicago since 2013. He wasn't doing it again. Okay. Yep. I don't know. Yeah. Obviously, Punk's obviously wrestling this time. I mean, yeah, they've got him there. Obviously his wife's wrestling there as well, so that's obviously the other Chicago thing there as well. But yeah, that's that one there. Now talking about our match then at WrestleMania, let's quickly move on then. So this is going to be the scene. We all know this is going to be the scene after Roman beats CM Punk at WrestleMania. Yeah, what do we like? We happy about this? Do we think sort of anything else, or do you think it's going to be another outcome? Because I've seen a lot of people turn around and saying they don't think that's going to be the outcome. They think that CM Punk's going to beat Roman.
Let me just say I like all of this, and it's just he's going to take it and he's going to make another title relevant. He already had to do it to the okay, what are they calling it now? I'm confused. So this is
the title that Chess here got. That's what we can refer to it now. Because
the Undisputed. So he did it for the Undisputed title, and now we're just going to have to make the world title a little bit relevant, or a lot. Yeah. In those hands, it's going to be a lot relevant. Over that shoulder, it's going to look good. It's going to be like y'all just look. And for the haters, y'all enjoy it. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah,
y'all be okay tomorrow day.
Now
it's going to happen. Yeah, go on.
This is where I sit there because I see it too, and of course, this is the fun part of wrestling for me personally. Hi, how you doing? It's nice to meet you. I play the game of not what if CM Punk loses. I play the game of what if Roman wins.
Yeah,
I played it during WrestleMania 39. What if Roman wins? I played it in WrestleMania 38. What if Roman wins? 37. What if Roman wins? That is the fun part of this game to me. Now, we're playing the game again. I'm excited. But as for this, I need a certain somebody to come out.
Yeah.
He's bald and toxic. And he raises an eyebrow. And, he is sugar daddy. I just need that. I need him to come out.
Well, I was going to say, obviously, whilst we're talking Bloodline anyway and stuff, and obviously we know what I'm like on here. You know, we obviously do like I tend to like drop the spoilers and stuff out here. Now, I know one of the plans that they have discussed going into WrestleMania is as soon as Roman lifts that title high, you will hear the Final Boss music. You know, he'll hold that title high, and you'll hear that Final Boss music. And the reason behind it is. And before anyone turns around and says that's not happening, I will say this right now. I reported this 2 weeks ago through the Discord server, and Paul Heyman has confirmed this word for word, exactly as I said it. Paul Heyman himself has confirmed this, basically. WrestleMania 42 will set up WrestleMania 43. The main events of 42 will be setting up WrestleMania 43, basically. So that sort of gives you your hints there. So when you hear the Final Boss music hit at WrestleMania 42, as soon as Roman lifts up that title, that's going to set up the Mania 43 main event, basically, for that one. And that, so, yeah. So, like I said, I the funny thing was I reported that in the place where I do my reports now, and everyone was like, no, that's not happening. That's not happening. They won't do it that far out and stuff like that. And now Paul Heyman himself has basically confirmed that report. He's basically turned around and said, we are planning WrestleMania 43, and WrestleMania 42 will set up 43 in full capacity for it, basically. So
did everybody just all of a sudden, I know the man just retired, but did everybody just all of a sudden forget once in a lifetime? It was set up the exact same way.
Yeah. The year out. It's the thing is like, because all you'll have then is obviously Roman will lift the title up, Dwayne will come out, stare him down, and basically turn around and say to him, I'll see you next year. That's it. That's then your year's build. That way then Dwayne doesn't need to show up on every single show. They don't need Roman to show up on every single show. They've got a year to build this match, which is what they need basically for that one. That isn't it, really?
Okay. I'm going to say this right now. And this is just, again, if they want to steal my idea, it's fine. I'm cool with it. I'm perfectly cool with y'all stealing my idea, WWE. I mean, this is just me giving it to y'all. It's free. This is a piece of work that I'm giving you that's free. You have Dwayne come down to the ring. You know, you have him go to put the Ulafala on Roman's neck like he did. This is a replay of what happened at Rumble 2016, but it's actually Rumble 2015. But actually, it's WrestleMania 2026. He goes put the Ulafala on. He stops. He doesn't do it. He throws up the. He says instead of throwing up the 1, he points to the Titantron. It's the date for WrestleMania 43.
Yeah.
And it's a countdown clock.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
They should do it that way. Yeah, it should be done that way. That'd be the most obvious way for them to do it and stuff. And it's obviously like it makes sense for them to do it that way. But obviously, I know people are hating on the idea because we don't need Dwayne there. You know, Dwayne's irrelevant. He doesn't need to show up and stuff like that. And the thing is as well, though, right, is that something's going down when. What was it? I seen a report the other day, and I literally laughed at it and turned around and said, "This is the perfect setup now." And people have not realised that this is the perfect setup for it. There's been a report come out where Dwayne has basically turned around and apparently instructed the board that he wants nothing to do with WWE anymore. He wants nothing to do with Mania 42. He wants nothing to do with WWE and stuff like that, basically. So this is the perfect setup, and that for it, like him turning around and saying, "Oh yeah, I don't want anything to do with WrestleMania in Vegas. I don't want anything to do with, WWE and stuff, even though I'm on the board." It's that setup. It's basically him turning around and saying, "Yeah, Roman's in the main event. I'm going to show up after that main event, and I'm going to get my match in Saudi Arabia." And he's.
And people are actually believing this.
People are actually believing this report when Dwayne has basically turned around and said, for that one there. Isn't it?
Do they not know how contracts work?
Yeah, that's the thing. So, yeah, it's ridiculous. And but like I said, people are people are actually going for that. People are actually believing the stupidness there, and I just can't believe how stupid people are getting with it. Basically, it's literally it's ridiculous. It literally is so ridiculous, and I don't get how people have thought to themselves, "Oh yeah, Dwayne's basically confirmed this, so that basically means that Dwayne's not going to be at WrestleMania." It's like, of course, Dwayne's going to turn around and say he's not going to be at bloody WrestleMania because he's not going to turn around and say, "Oh yeah, I want everything to do with WrestleMania and stuff, and I'm going to obviously show up just so that I can take down Roman and stuff as soon as he lifts that belt up," because that's a massive spoiler for it. And I don't get why people are even considering that it's ever an option that Dwayne was never going to be in Vegas for WrestleMania 43. You've got to remember it's Saudi Mania next year, and those Saudis are going to pay. Well, I've seen a report earlier on, and somebody actually calculated it out and stuff, and it's like it's Dwayne in his stocks and everything like that he's got for in stocks and shares and stuff like that, basically. For the business is he gets around, I've got to try and remember these figures now. It's around 4 million or something like that from TKO alone. So if they're then going to give him that Mania match, you're going to be looking about 10 to 15 mil just for Saudi Mania. He's going to get paid. And if they're offering him 10 to 15 mil, he ain't going to say no to that. He isn't going to turn around and say no to that, is he, basically? For a one-off match, a one-off appearance, you know, an appearance at this year's Mania, and then the rest of his promos he could do like what he done with the whole Cody Rhodes thing, where he does it all via Tron now, or like, you know, where he does it via Tron, or he does it via social media, because that'd be pretty cool, him doing it via social media at the end of the day, and that, because this is Dwayne, you know, he'll do that. You know, so it's going to happen. And I know people don't want it because everyone's like, oh yeah, you know, Dwayne's washed up. We don't want to see this match. It's going to be a slow match because Dwayne can't move. You know, it's going to be that one there. But this is the thing that I keep emphasizing to people is people want the end of the Bloodline storyline and they want the end of this whole thing. But until you get Rock Roman, there is no end. That's the thing. You know, until you get that Rock Roman match, there is no end. Because they've already said that. That is the end of the Bloodline storyline when you have that Rock Roman match.
And what drives me insane is, I don't mean to cut you off, Zero. What drives me insane is, oh, he's going to be slowing, da-da-da-da. This is Roman he's working with. Roman worked with The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Y'all really just, the Delulu. The one thing I do want to say, and I'm putting it in the atmosphere because I know it's going to happen when it does happen. Cody Crybabies, fall the fuck back. Do not try to insert your boy into this match. This has nothing to do with him. Have him face Punk at WrestleMania 43. There's another dream match. You're welcome. Leave us alone. Yeah. That is all.
Yeah. You know, and that, because it's going to happen. Like I said, it's going to happen, and people are going to cry over it. But they just need to get over it. That's the bottom line of it. You know, they just need to basically get over it. And I know people are going to cry over it. They're going to be and stuff like that. But no, it's happening. And
let me just
no
say
matter
this
what people say.
real quick too. Like Dwayne's always in the gym, y'all. He's not just sitting propped up in his lazy boy in the theater. Doing nothing. He is always in the gym. And so to say that he wouldn't be able to keep up with the match, he's going to be doing it. He's going to be getting in the gym, getting fit. He's a big, you know, it's The Rock, and it's Dwayne, and he's always about fitness and always about, you know, his brand, his personal brand is all about fitness. You know, you got the Project Rock stuff that he does. So he's not going to come into a match unfit. Yeah. I don't know what they're thinking about. He's older, but Roman's 40. So what? Yep. They're both going to be in amazing shape for this match. They're going to both be ready to go. They've been talking about this match since Young Rock. So yes. Yep. And just to reiterate what Monty said, please leave it alone, because y'all got what you wanted. Y'all got your boy to finish his story. Leave us Bloodline fans alone and let us finish ours.
Leave it. Go. Just leave us alone. We speak on behalf of every Bloodline fan out there. Leave us alone. That is all.
Yeah. Mind your business.
Mind it.
This is the match. Everyone's been wanting this match and stuff. Whether you're a Bloodline fan or not, everybody wants this match. And I know a lot of people are going to be complaining about it, but this is the biggest match in WrestleMania history. This is going to be a massive match, and them advertising it for Saudi is going to get all eyes on that product, considering as well what time the show is going to actually be on and stuff like. Because don't forget, that's going to be what, a 1 p.m. show or whatever for you guys, for you over there, over in America, is it?
Mm-hmm.
What?
It's 1 Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for us. So the show will be done at like 6.
Oh, for Mania?
Yes, for Mania 43. Yeah. It'll be done at 6.
Yeah. Because don't forget, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like, where it's in Saudi Arabia, it's going to be on early. So how can I put it? They're going to need they're going to need that fan base in, because obviously people ain't going to want to people ain't going to want to try and get out of work early and stuff like that unless they've got something to watch. And Rock versus Roman is the biggest WrestleMania match ever. And that, no matter what people say, no matter how much people hate on it, it is the biggest WrestleMania match ever.
And mostly it's everybody on the internet, because I watched Sports for You live last night, and they replayed the Royal Rumble, and it did buku numbers. Y'all, again, go outside, okay? It's okay if you want to go outside and go play.
Yeah.
This isn't real.
No. I'll just quickly go to the comments. So Face to Man said, "What's up, Oos? How are you today?" Oh, that's to John Watson. Yep. And then Face to Man said, "Yes, this is what we want," obviously in relation to Roman holding the title and holding it up. And then somebody called I'm going to butcher this now because I can't see properly through this mask, so I do apologize. It's the Emanatic Poet. Yeah.
That's TJ. That's
I'm
TJ.
not sure. Oh, TJ. Oh, hey, TJ. Yeah, Tom said, last year, both Royal Rumble winners chose the WWE champions. This year, both world champions were chosen. Yeah. And obviously, that's because of the new way that WWE's obviously done it now. This is going to be the new way forward, basically. Is every year it's going to be the same now, I hate to say, is the Rumble winner will instantly get night 2. They have no choice in it. And that, the Rumble winner will now instantly get night 2, and the Chamber winner will get night 1. It'll be every year. That's the new way that WWE are doing things now. It's basically to stop the hijacking what happened beforehand with the Cody Crybabies. From it, where Cody was going around saying, "Oh yeah, I'm going to choose this chamber. I'm going to choose this person. I'm going to choose this person. I'm going to choose this person now." But I know that obviously Roman chose Punk in that this year, and he obviously done it that way. But it's going forward. It's going to be the Rumble winner who always gets night 2, and always gets it'll be the champion of their own brand. So again, say like it's Roman Reigns, he'll have say like it's Roman. So for example, like this year, where Punk was obviously a champion of Raw and Roman is a Raw superstar, he was always going to choose Roman, basically, and that Roman was always going to choose Punk, and then the Chamber winner was always going to be a SmackDown star, and that's the way which you can work out sort of who's going to win it and sort of going forward like that, and which champion they're going to choose well before it. It's a bit of a spoiler that they're going to do every year, and it's stupid, but they'll probably try and add in like some twists and stuff like that. So like, oh, who's going to be champion at this time? Who's going to be that and stuff? But I know for Saudi Mania we're going to have something slightly different because the winner won't. The winner of the Rumble won't get night 2 main event because the night 2 main event is going to be Rock Roman. But they'll get like co-main event or whatever it's going to be, basically. So, which makes more sense, doesn't it, really, if you think about it? And that for it. And that do you think that's a good idea of them obviously doing it that way? So it's on their thing, so obviously it sort of does give it away, or do we think that's sort of they've spoiled it far too much by doing it that way?
I'm going to say this right now. They had 40 main event hijack. Nobody was happy. Then you could nobody in corporate was happy about that. None of them were. Not even Triple H. They had 40 hijacked.
No,
40 was already planned and in the bag. So now because they don't want anybody to hijack their stuff anymore. If they didn't plan the hijacking, y'all ain't hijacking shit. So what they're going to do instead is you can telegraph this and pick what's going to happen. Yeah. You can telegraph this and automatically know. You're going to get Punk versus Roman for the main event. You're going to get that. That's night 2 main event. They want to put that World Heavyweight title on the map because it's Netflix. They're going to run it that way. They had Jay choose Gunther. They had Roman choose Punk. They're trying to make this title more than what it is. They put it on Roman. It is going to be the title of the company. That is what they're trying to do for Monday Night Raw. They're trying to get Monday Night Raw to be the show of the company. Yeah. Now,
because Netflix the amount of money they're paying, is it?
As for the night 1 main event, we all look at it. We all can look at the board and we can all say it. Cody is going to win Elimination Chamber. Now, this is where they can be inventive and they can throw a monkey wrench in the plans by inserting Jacob into it. But they're not going to let y'all hijack nothing anymore.
No, that's been, the days of hijacking are over now. It's too bad. Once you've got your Rumble winner, that's it. That ain't changing. They ain't going to let you change that around anymore. And that not after the whole Cody Rhodes incident. They've had enough of it now. and because that screwed up 2 whole years worth of plans, potentially even 3 whole years worth of plans. And this is why, again, going back to that report that Paul Heyman said as well, is basically Paul Heyman has confirmed that not only are they using 42 to plan 43, they're also now using 42 to plan 43, 44, and 45. That's how far in advance they're using, basically. So 42 will run into 43, 43 will run into 44, and 44 will run into 45. That's basically how they're doing it. And it's going to be all your main title pictures. So whoever's involved in those main title pictures will have a significant storyline going into the next year's Mania. And that as well. So that's basically how they're setting it up. And something will go down at every single Mania now going forward to set up the next year's Mania in some capacity, whether that's a Hall of Fame induction, whether that, whether that's something to do with the Hall of Fame, whether that's something to do with, a big match or anything like that. But it's going to be around that way. And that's the way they're going to go about it and stuff. And I know people are going to hate it, but it's too bad. It's just too bad. And going back, obviously, to what you were saying about elevating up the World Heavyweight Championship, you've got to think, if they've still got that title on Roman come Mania 43 and he goes into that match with Dwayne and he's defending that title against Dwayne Johnson, that title's on the map big time. No matter what people say, that title, if he is going to be defending it against Dwayne Johnson in the main event of WrestleMania 43, that is big. That instantly makes that title big.
And
no matter
again,
what people say.
As much as everybody complains about it on the internet, I hate to break this to y'all, but Dwayne Johnson is a megastar. He has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He was nominated for a Golden Globe. Do y'all seriously think they're not going to try to do that? Because they will. He's not going to win it, though, but they will.
No. Yeah, he won't win it. He definitely won't win the title and stuff like that. Like, that'll be Dwayne's final match. So Roman will obviously beat him, but him at least even defending it against Dwayne gives you that big title match. And that gives you that big sort of, oh my God, it's that one there and stuff like that. It's sort of, it is, isn't it, really? If you think about it, it instantly gives that big match feel. It instantly gives that big title feel, basically. And that it makes sense, really. And that for it, it's how it does it, and that there's no sort of there's no other explanation for it, really, and that. But no, that's all the news then for this time. Then I will say thank you, ladies, for joining this week. This is going to be the regular panel going forward. Obviously, we will have Faith with us next time as well, hopefully. And we are hoping to do this show every 2 weeks rather than every week, due to obviously it does focus mainly on the Bloodline stuff. Hopefully, we find out what happens at Elimination Chamber by the next. Well, we will know what happens at Elimination Chamber by the next show, obviously in 2 weeks' time, and there'll be a lot more Mania talk, hopefully. And you never know, we might even have an appearance by somebody on the road to WrestleMania to set something up as well by that point, which we can talk about next time. And that, but that could be before the next show, and that I'm not 100% sure. It could be. And I'm not going to give too much away for that one, but it could be quite interesting for that one. So just before we go in, I will just quickly go over. So TJ Thomas said then, so last year both. Oh yeah, no, I've read that one. He said Sammy versus WWE champion. Yeah, more than likely because it's Saudi. Or allow Trick to win EC. Yeah, I can't see Trick winning the EC this year. It's going to be Cody. We all know it's going to be Cody Rhodes and stuff like that this year. And Faith Tamara said, yes, I will be there. Thanks, Zero. So yes, we will see you in 2 weeks on the show, Faith. And as you can see, we've got your little box ready for you. There's a box here ready for you. And, don't worry. I will just for you as well next time. I'll keep this picture up just for you next time, Faith, for when you're showing up. And that basically, just that's going to be on there for that one, and that one's staying on here and that on the stream just for that one there. But yeah, so thank you once again. This is Zero signing out for the show. I'll pass you over to the ladies to do their ending bits. If you've got anything that you want to, say or anything like that, if you've got anything you want to promote, if you've got anything you want to obviously bring up or anything, then go ahead. Over to you, ladies. Whatever. Okay.
Alrighty. I guess it'll be for me. As far as tomorrow, we got our SmackDown watch along, And those can be fun, y'all. We may not always talk show, but we have a good time, okay, with our crew. So you can find that on the YouTube as well at Capital A Acknowledge the Capital E Dynasty. So just search YouTube, subscribe. Also, we will be with you for Elimination Chamber. And the last time we had a watch party for a PLE, it was so much fun.
It was wild. It was wild.
Oh my gosh. Rumble was a blast, and I don't see Elimination Chamber going any different. We're going to have so much fun, y'all.
And just to note, Leslie, Elimination Chamber, it is going to be myself, Russell Faith, and the Wasp Woman.
Yes, so all three. So Faith will be back for her first PLE back. So we are super excited. And as for us, you can find us on social media at ATD Podcast 23. As you see there on the bottom of the screen, on Insta at acknowledge_the_dynasty, and on TikTok, acknowledge.the.dynasty. So that's what I have.
Yeah, sorry. I thought you did then. Sorry, my fault.
That's okay. Monty, you got anything before I look? Before we
As for me, I have a book available on Amazon.com. Just type in the name Monique Vaughn. That is VAUGHAN. And you should find it. It's called Homecoming, an American Royalty Series. It is available. The second book comes out, Two Princes, on July the 21st, 2026. It's a messy beach read. You'll enjoy it. But that is all I have.
Yeah, so thank you once again for tuning in this week. We will see you in 2 weeks. And yeah, thank you. Don't forget that everyone knows what to find me. It's DKO0 on basically everything. So yeah, just find me and I don't know, just send me messages, do whatever really. I don't care basically. Just whatever really. That's the other thing. So yeah, thank you once again, ladies, for this week. And we'll see you all in 2 weeks' time for another edition of Putting the Blood in Line. Goodbye, everybody.